Hi guys, welcome back to Emerald. We're back in the shipping room here for the weekly installment of the shipping video. We're going to be looking at all these amazing custom guitars that have been finished this week and are going out to the new homes. Alistair's not here this week, but you're back with me, Dan, and Davy K. So in this video, we're going to be having a wee look at, we've got some really nice 5-string Ballor basses. So whenever we get to the end of the line, we're going to go upstairs and have a play about on them and hear some of the sounds that we can get from them as well. And maybe some exciting news about new bass things coming up as well.
Maybe.
We'll see. Right, David, you want to get us into the
Sure.
guitar here?
So first off, guys, we have this beautiful Amicus done in redwood burl with the gold hardware. It's also got the gold Celtic vine inlay. Standard amber back and sides, lovely honey colour. Complements the front really well. LR bags pickup. So Tim, that's going to you. Hope you enjoy it. It's a beautiful instrument.
Beautiful. Next up, we've got this lovely X7 12-string going out to Carl in Hawaii. So the 12 strings, any of the 12 strings that we offer, they're all brilliant. Like, they've great sound off them. But I really like the small body one, the X7, because it's great for, taking in and out of gigs or going.
It is, yeah.
As well. You get all the great sound of the 12 string without the bigger guitar. So it's kind of perfect as well if you're maybe someone that's not as tall as me, or you haven't got
like
big massive hands or anything like. Well, maybe you, David, yeah, as well. I think the X7 12 string is a great choice for someone like that. As well, obviously, if you're taking a traveling or anything, taking a touring. So we've got this in just the standard black carbon. And we do have the LR bags element pickup in here as well. So it's really handy too whenever you're playing in the middle of the gig, because you've got your volume and your tone right there too. So if you're picking guitars up, putting them down, you want to change stuff in the middle of the set, and it's just right there. Perfect. Lovely guitar cart. Enjoy that one.
Next up, we have Kenneth in Dublin with a Virtuo. This is zircotti veneer. It's got the Cosmo black hardware, Fishman Fluence pickups, Ghost adjustable piezo bridge. Again, standard amber back and sides, really nice. It decided to go for no inlays in this particular model, which I think looks very well too. But there you go, beautiful guitar, and I hope you enjoy that one. So that's on its way to you, Ken.
So 2 in a row this week.
Yeah.
We've got another Virtuo here going to Alan in Durham. I'm wondering, maybe Alan's one of the guys that we met up with at the guitar show this year. We met loads of really nice people that stopped by to see the guitars whenever we were over there in March, sorry. So we've actually got a Pau Ferro veneer on this one. Just look at the detail on that, it's lovely. And then Alan's gone for the knot inlays. So really nice Celtic vibe there with the inlays. Now, the big thing about the Virtuo is Davy's one of the guys that inspired this guitar over lockdown. Davy was having great success doing his live stream concerts.
That's right, yeah.
But one of the things whenever you were doing your live stream or you're out playing gigs is you were swapping between acoustics and then electrics and then Strats, tellies, humbuckers, all these different things. So the big thing about the Virtuo was kind of built to sort of be the do-it-all guitar. So this is kind of the guitar you can bring now. You're playing tonight, Davy?
Yeah. Virtuo, yeah.
You'll have the Virtuo out. If you watched last week's shipping video, or if you have watched it already, Davy goes through all the different sort of sounds you can get out of the Virtuo. We're going to have another one of those videos coming up soon to do with all the MIDI capabilities as well. Good. So we've got the 3-way pickup system. We've got the Fishman Fluence humbuckers, and they have 3 sounds in each of them. You've got a single coil sound, you've got the classic sort of PAF sound, and then you've got a more modern sort of hot rod humbucker sound. And then we've got the Graph Type Ghost piezo system for really brilliant cutting through, solo and band mix when you're playing it live. And then we've also got the MIDI capability too. And all that stuff, fully analog switching, it's all done right here with the push-pull pots and switches as well. So brilliant. If you're looking for one guitar that does everything and you play out live a lot, or you want to sit in the studio and maybe you're a session musician, you just want to bring one guitar, the Virtuo, it does it all. Brilliant.
So, moving on. This is for Barry in Florida. Barry's actually my customer here. You are, Barry. This is your X10 that we have been discussing for this last while online, going through the different ideas and designs. Barry has went for a purple quilted maple on this X10 and the purple back and sides. Stunning guitar. He's actually went for a purple accent too, and with the inlay. High Vibe system. This is a new High Vibe system. I believe you done an example a few weeks ago, Dan.
Yeah.
Showing the new High Vibe.
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago on the shipping video. I went through a quick demo of the new High Vibe system. We are going to be doing a full demo walkthrough, a full in-depth piece on the new High Vibe system and all the sounds you can get out of it and all the capabilities in the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned for that.
Also, Barry here, what he has went for is the fretboard cutaway that we have on the X20. This isn't available as standard on the X10, but we can do it for a small upcharge. And I actually think it looks pretty cool on the X10 as well.
It's really elegant looking, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So Barry, there you are, my friend. That's going off to you. You'll enjoy that one.
Perfect. Okay, 2 in a row. We've actually got another High Vibe equipped X10 here. Going to Michael in Colorado. And Michael's actually gone for putting his name in here on the 12th fret as well. It's a really cool way to just, make your guitar even more unique. That's the thing about Emerald. What we do is we make really unique guitars.
Yeah.
We've so many options. Whenever, as you can see here, this is just the guitars from 1 week. All the different 40 different plus veneers, colors, scale lengths, all that kind of stuff. And then, we've got things like the inlays and all too. So there's everything there to kind of design your dream guitar and make it unique to you.
There's that little bit of extra personalization, really.
Beautiful. So this is the Candy Stripe Puduk on this one. We'll get a wee close up and just so there's a great sort of range of tones in this, from the sort of deep reds through to the lighter sort of yellows, and the stripes going the whole way through it as well. That's the thing about these veneers too. Every one of these veneers is a real piece of wood, so they're all totally unique. Whenever you get one and you pick one on the 3D builder, that has been individually catalogued, photographed. You're the only person that'll have that veneer, so
that's correct.
That's another sort of thing to add to the uniqueness of it. And we've obviously got the High Vibe in here too. So keep an eye out in the next couple of weeks for that big High Vibe demo walkthrough. We're going to go through all the different things you can do with it. The High Vibe, basically, if anyone doesn't know, it turns your guitar into a smart guitar. So we've got a pickup in it here that feeds through to the High Vibe interface, and then in here you have a whole pile of basically built-in effects like reverbs, distortions, delays, tremolos, everything you can think of. And then we've got 2 little actuators that vibrate the top of the guitar. So the effects actually happen and come out of the guitar whenever it's not plugged into any other, external effect system and stuff like that. So it's a really crazy experience to have all that coming out.
And the effects do carry over into, if you do plug it in, it carries over too.
You could set up all your effects sitting, jamming on the couch at home, and then say you want to go and plug into an amp or something or a PA system. It all carries through.
That all carries over to to this.
Yeah, and there's even the option to this can turn the top of your guitar into like a speaker as well.
Yeah.
So you can jam along.
I've used that. That's.
You can loop your own kind of 4 chords and then play over the top of it. You can use it as a speaker to jam.
Looper,
along.
metronome, a lot of good practicing tools.
And a tuner as well, which always helps.
Yeah. Tuner's always a good thing. So moving on, Thomas in Kansas is going for this. Oh, it's an X10 12 string in Sapelli veneer. Standard black carbon back and sides with the black hardware. LR bags element. And that's, you see the way that veneer's catching? It's like a 3D effect.
Yeah, the detail on that's fantastic.
It's really nice. So, beautiful X10 12 string. Stunning. So there you go, Thomas. Getting that out to you as soon as possible. Beautiful.
So, we kind of go along here in size. As you can see, we started off with the smallest, the Amicus, and way at the back here, the big basses. So we've gone through to the X10s, now we're getting slightly bigger. We're going to the X20. This one's going out to Matthew in Ohio. He's got this amazing piece of Pau Ferro veneer for the top of it here. Now, something you might have noticed here between sort of this one and some of the other ones, you'll see a couple of different options whenever it comes to bridges. So with this one, we have the Graphtec Ghost Piezo system. These are actually 6 individual adjustable saddles, and each of these has its own little piezo pickup in it. And then we've got onboard volume control here. So whenever you're designing your own through the builder, you've got all these options of different pickups. So you can have the standard bridge with the High Vibe, you can have the standard bridge with the LR bags element. If you really wanted something else, you could chat to Davy and Kevin, see they might be able to do something for you.
Yeah,
Put your own pickup in if there's something else that you'd rather have.
Yeah.
And then we've also got options like these adjustable saddles with the Graphtec Ghost piezo system. We can also get as well the K&K in these as well.
Yes, that's
So
right.
we've got a whole
That's
range
right.
of pickup systems. So we've got the X20 here. It's in our black back and sides. One of the good things about the X20, I think it's like right in the middle of the acoustic range. So really good balanced tone.
Yeah.
We go right from the sort of X7s, which is the kind of smallest of the main acoustic range, up to the big X30s. They all sound great, and they've all got their own kind of spot in the range, but the X20's probably our most popular.
Yes, that'll be
Sits right in the
the,
middle.
like a dreadnought model.
Yeah.
That would be.
And because
Whereas
of,
the X7's a parlor size guitar,
Yeah.
so you're somewhere in between there. So it's,
as with all the models, we've got these wonderful ergonomic curves built in, so there's no sharp edges anywhere in these guitars. So you've got, whenever you're playing,
Yep.
throw your arm over, you're not going to get any discomfort. And we've got the heelless neck, the cutaway. So it really means that you can kind of play away for these things for hours on end. You're not going to get fatigued or anything like that.
exactly.
Who's
So-
up next, Davey?
Moving on, Sean, as you say, we're going in order of size. Here we have an X30 12 string. A lot of 12 strings this week.
Yeah.
A lot of 12 strings. This is an X30 12 string in cocobolo. I love cocobolo, especially this lighter sapwood that travels through the middle. It really breaks it up. 12 string, black hardware. This is done in amber back and sides as well.
Such a good pairing, the darker woods. And then
It is. It is. A cocobolo, that veneer can work well with black, or it can work well, but that's the amber, more of a honey color. Works really well with it. And this particular one is a LR Bags element, volume and tone, in the form of two thumb wheels inside the sound hole. Again, beautiful ergonomics, lovely beveled edges, very, very comfortable. Doesn't feel like a jumbo. Doesn't feel like a jumbo at all. So, Sean, that's going to you. Hope you enjoy that. So there you go. X3012.
So now we come to the big bad Ballor basses. This one here, we've got a lovely big Ballor going to Kurt in Florida. So we've got an Amara ebony veneer on the front of this, 5-string bass, and then also this is a fretless option. So as you can see here, we've got the adjustable saddles with the Graphtec Ghost piezo system in it, and we've got a wee volume control in here. Now, Kurt has also gone for some strap locks on here just to make sure it keeps things nice and sturdy. Great sound out of these, the fretless, and especially with the flat wind strings on
Flat
them
wind
as well.
strings, yeah.
We're going to take these upstairs and do some playing on them now in a minute, and you can hear the pickups and you can hear them.
Oh, yes,
acoustically
please.
and- oh yeah,
Yes,
Jimmy's getting
please.
excited.
Yes, please.
The-
Also, just to point out, it's fretless, but we can put
yeah,
fret lines on.
we have got the fret
just
lines
for
on,
reference.
and we've gone for, well, Kurt here has gone for the dot markers as well, just to,
Yeah.
to make sure that he knows where he's going. So if we look at the sort of ergonomic design in these guitars, you don't see it as much. The ergonomic curves are still here in things like the X7, but whenever we scale it up to the bigger models like the X30 and then especially the Ballor bass, we can see that these
Yeah.
get more pronounced. So what this is all about is really just helping the guitar conform to the player's body and making it a really comfortable playing experience. To get the incredible sort of projection and tone that you get out of these basses, they are big,
They're
but they don't feel massive
No,
whenever you're
they don't.
sitting playing them. It does all come into your body. It's really comfortable whenever you're sitting down playing them. So that's a brilliant guitar. Kurt, we're going to take that upstairs and have a play on it now. We actually had a group of musicians. There was about 10 people playing, maybe 7 guitars, and there was a banjo, and Michael was playing.
This was on the tour.
This was on the tour, sorry, the recent Emerald tour. And we had Michael playing one of these 5-string basses, and on its own it was cutting through the mix.
Yeah.
No one was plugged in or anything, but just acoustically you could hear the bass above 5-6 guitars, a
Yeah.
banjo,
No, that's the power in the
4 or
Ballor
5
bass.
people
They're-
singing
they're
as well. So
powerful
looking forward to
bass.
getting
Yeah.
playing these bad boys upstairs.
So, I'll finish off now with this other Ballor. This is for Joe in Texas, and this is just let me look here. The veneer. It's a Kawazinga. veneer on this particular one. This is a fretted model, 5-string, stainless steel frets. He's went for black hardware. He's also went for the vines with dots and lace, gold with the silver accent, and a black standard carbon back and sides. And as Dan pointed out, the beveled edges. Beautiful guitar. Beautiful, powerful, loud,
Yeah.
resonant
As far
guitars.
as
Really
acoustic basses go, anyone
Yeah.
that plays them says that they are the best acoustic
that's
bass.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to put this one back up. You just want to grab that one? We'll
I
go.
think we'll go upstairs,
All
will
right.
we? Okay, let's grab the basses.
Sure.
All right, guys, so we have two amazing 5-string Ballor basses here this week for the shipping video. So we thought we would just have a wee look at them and all the stuff that we provide with the Ballors, all the different sort of options that we have. So, of course, we've got two 5-strings here, one fretted that Davy's got,
Yep.
and I've got a fretless version. So the main differences between the two are obviously just we've got no frets on this one, so you get that sort of double bass sound. You can get all those kind of that nice kind of in between sounds.
And those are actually different strings in that as well.
Yes. So as standard, of course, we put the flat wounds on this, and we usually have the round wounds on the fretted bass. Now, whenever you're ordering a bass, you can have either. It's totally up to you.
Yeah.
We would kind of recommend that we use the round wounds for better acoustic projection. But if you're, if you're plugged in most of the time, or if you prefer the sound of the flat wounds, you can totally go with these
Yeah,
as well.
100%.
Personal preference. We actually have another video there, which we'll put in the, we'll put the link to it down below, where Michael Gillespie goes through some different sort of strings on the basses, so you can hear what the different tones are. So, as far as options on the basses go, obviously we've got a 4-string here, and then we've got the 5 strings. So everything, you can have it either fretted or fretless. And then, of course, whenever it comes to everything else, we've got a selection of veneers, beautiful veneers that we can put on top. Now, if you're seeing a Ballor bass for the first time, if you haven't seen one in person, they're quite big.
They're
aren't
big.
they? Yeah, and it really helps with the sort of the projection and the sound of the whole thing. But the thing is, whenever you're playing it, Davey,
That's what I was going to say, Dan. Whenever I was playing, because of the bevels and the way that it's angled, it doesn't feel big at all. It feels really comfortable, especially with the beveled edges
Yeah.
here for.
there's no harsh edges, and because
No.
of the sound, the way the sound hole is as well, you get a lot of that projection up to the player too. And
Yeah.
the projection on these is just really amazing.
Yeah.
We actually had a jam session down at the Stores Bar over the Emerald Music Tour.
That's right.
And I'd say there was 7 or 8 guitars, and there was a banjo, and there was people singing, and Michael was playing one of these basses, and you could hear the bass well in the mix
above,
with everything
yeah.
else, and no one was plugged in or amplified or anything. It was just the bass on its own. So the acoustic tone and the projection on these things is incredible, and in part due to the size. But the thing is about these, the interesting ergonomic design that we have here. It doesn't feel like it's a big bulky instrument. It sits in quite nicely to the body whenever you're playing it, and as well because things like the heelless neck design, you can get the whole way up the fretboard, and you're not looking for extra frets or anything.
Yeah, that's it.
So, Davey, let's have a talk about the pickups.
Sure.
So we'll throw in a couple of sound samples of these, both acoustic and plugged in. So we have a couple of different options. On this one, we've just got the Graphtec Ghost Piezo system. So we've got 4 individual adjustable saddles here, which is really good too, because if you're changing your you want to change your accent and your
5 on this one, but 4 on the
5,
one.
sorry, yeah,
Sorry.
4 on that one. And then Davey, you've actually got the K&K.
I have the K&K
as well.
transducer as well on here.
So
Because of the two thumb wheels, excuse me, that's how you can tell one's for the Ghost and one's for the K&K, which is in here.
Yeah.
Acts like a microphone type of thing. Picks up the
It
inside.
actually picks up the vibrations at the top of the bass. So you get a really good blend of tones.
You can blend them together, have them on separately. So that's a very, very good system.
So the other thing I think we have to talk about as well is we've currently got the 4-string here, we've got the 5 strings. We talked about fretted and fretless, but we've another big thing coming out soon.
We have. In fact, I have been dealing with a few customers about 6-string basses. I think it was actually Darren Michaels that touched base with us. Touched base. See what I've done there? And he was asked about 6-string basses. So very happy to say we will be doing 6-string basses on a pre-order. Now, Alistair is hoping to get a few done for the end of summer for the guys that's already inquired. But if you want to get your name down for a 6-string bass, that's no problem. We're taking pre-orders, and they should be ready near the end of summer, I would believe. Yeah. Especially this first batch that for Darren and the guys, you know. Yeah. So that's big news. Any bass guys out there looking for a 6-string, there you go. Pre-orders. Get in touch with myself or Kevin, the sales team, and we can sort that for you. No problem.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little sound samples and the bits of playing that we did there on the basses.
I did.
Have them. Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We'll be back next week with more custom guitars, and we'll have a look at some more, playing samples and things like that. Want to point you towards the recent highlight video of the Emerald Music Tour that we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
So we had between 40 and 50 guests over from all over the world. They came over to Donegal, and we had an absolute jam-packed week of music. We had live music maybe 3, 4, 5 times a day.
Yeah,
Davy was playing for them. We done a bit of a guitar clinic. We talked about loads of different things. We had gigs in castles and churches and all around Donegal.
Everywhere.
We had whiskey tastings and all sorts of things. I'll put a link to the highlights video from May's tour now down in the comments. And places are open now for September. So if you like what you see, come and get your places booked. Okay? Thanks very much, guys.
Thanks, guys. Take care.